How's it going, guys? This is Mustard here, and I'm going to bring you a pretty cool video about some really high damage combos that you can do with Raiden involving his high voltage trait and his meteor burn lightning bolt stop. So, to quickly give this video some context, we recently uploaded a highlight from a casual little Injustice set that me and Ketchup did together, which had a really high damage Raiden combo. And we had a lot of people sending us messages and leaving comments saying, cool combo, but I can't get it to work. You know, what's going on there? Yeah, I don't seem to get the meteor burn lightning bolt combo in time. They always block. What's going on here? And this video is to basically explain exactly how it works, purely because this is, I believe, the max damage that Raiden can get using a bar. And that really is the important thing here. If you're a Raiden player and you're looking to optimize your damage, you need to know how to do this because it gets you a ton of damage. The discovery itself, the combo, is not recent. I was notified of it a couple of weeks ago and immediately thought it looked really cool, and I took it into training mode and looked for practical ways of setting it up. But before I talk too much longer, this is the combo in question. See if I can get it first time. Alright, so right there, that cost me 1 bar, 576 damage. That's close to, if not half-life, on the majority of the cast. So that right there is doing quite a bit of damage. But fundamentally, how does it work? So, to explain this as briefly and concisely as I can, you will notice that Lightning Bolt, down back 1, starts up in 25 frames, so it's not the fastest of attacks. However, it does combo on here. I've got a Batman to auto block, so he's going to block as soon as the game lets him. That does combo from a few strings, or quite a lot of your strings actually. So for example, 1 1 2, 2 1 down 3. You'll notice it's all comboing. However, if I go for meteor burn lightning bolt, which is obviously the one that launches them in the air and gives them that sort of juggle property, that's not going to combo in time because it's too slow. The bolt itself moves a lot slower, especially when it first comes out of Raiden's hands, so it's not even going to combo from basically anything if you meteor burn straight away. So you notice he's going to be blocking. This leads me on to my next point, which is during high voltage, lightning bolt has the ability to be stopped in the air. So if I go down to stop bolt, you see it says must have high voltage activated. By pressing down back meteor burn, once the bolt has left Raiden's hands, you can stop it in the air. So for example, I can stop it full screen, full distance, like right in front of him like that. I can stop it halfway through, like sort of mid screen. Or I can stop it as soon as I fire it by going for down back meteor burn immediately after firing. And I can probably get it even closer, but that kind of goes to show you what you can do with the stop bolt. So stop it straight away, just like that, right? It's right in front of you. The stop bolt will... So if I can push him into it, I wonder if this works. Okay, there you go. The stop bolt has the meteor burn lightning bolt properties of launching them in the air, and comes off the same speed of a meterless lightning bolt. So what this means is when you have high voltage activated, what normally would not combo into meteor burn lightning bolt like this, actually that's the wrong string, what would normally not combo into meteor burn lightning bolt like that, you stop the bolt immediately after firing a meterless lightning bolt and it will launch. Like there, you see that comboed? That's because if you look at my inputs, I did down back 1 for the lightning bolt and then down back meteor burn for the stop bolt immediately. And that gives you multiple hits and a max damage launcher. Because if you want to launch for a back 3, his options are quite expensive and not quite as reliable. Obviously, normally you'll kind of have to go to Shocker for whatever follow-up you want from there. You can go into Vicinity Blast Meteor Burn, which you can get a back 3 off, but it's very tight, range dependent and not as reliable. So this gives you an option to get a Meteor Burn Lightning Bolt off any string you want. And the damage potential is absolutely insane. Like even if you cut the... oh, no, never mind. I missed out a crucial bit of that, I just realized. 4-2, Vicinity Blast, back 3, there you go. This does a lot of damage, right? Over 500 damage per touch. And that's utilizing the high voltage properties of the Vicinity Blast, that obviously leave them in the air a lot longer, and the stop bolt. The reason this is so good is because this works off literally everything that meterless lightning bolt will combo into. For example, forward 3, lightning bolt. Back 1-1 even, lightning bolt. Forward 1-2 is 6 frame Punisher, his 6 frame punishing button, meterless lightning bolt. This means you can get that combo off literally everything that does it. So for example, if I want to go for a mix up of an overhead, I turn it into that and do it right and it won't mess up. There you go. And I'll get, you know, a huge damage combo off it. 500 damage, again, off the overhead. You can do it off forward 1-2. You can do it off standing 3. Anything you can combo meterless lightning bolt into, you can get this new version. And I would highly recommend any of you Raiden players out there put time into practicing this, because it is practical. You will get a lot of damage, and your opponent will wish that they labbed how much damage you're going to take before they decided not to clash that combo because they thought it was Raiden and it wasn't going to hurt. The final one I want to show you when it comes to strings is the back 1-1. So normally, when it comes to Raiden launches, the back 1 is... it's okay. Usually without trait, you have to sort of, you know, commit straight away to... he's blocking. You have to sort of commit straight away to Superman to get any damage because nothing reaches. You can't go back 1-1 Shocker. You can't go back 1-1 Vicinity Blast. You can go back 1-1 Lightning Bolt. But obviously, as we've established, you can't go back 1-1 Meatless Lightning Bolt because he's going to block it. This means that when you are in high voltage, you can go back 1-1 and stop the bolt. This one is a lot stricter to time though, because if you do it too early, that will happen and the ball will hit them and they'll be left standing. And if you do it too late, let's see if I deliberately do it too late here, it's going to hit them. So this one's a lot harder to time. You have to stop it kind of at the sweet spot. I should get it soon. There you go. And then you can go in for your follow-up combo. So it does give you an element of a mix-up, right? Because the first hit of forward 3 is special cancelable into Lightning Bolt, as is the back 1-1. So it's a bit of a mix-up there to go with. The next thing I want to show you is mild extensions of damage using a background bounce. I've actually recorded this just to risk me just constantly doing it while talking, which I've universally not been so good at. So for example, if you find yourself in the sweet spot here, you can go for that, to stop bolt, Vicinity Blast, as they come down, standing through background bounce, and you go in for your full follow-up. And that's a clean 580 damage from a background bounce, and most stages you'll find yourself in that kind of situation. You might be saying to yourself, as we actually saw a few comments on the video itself of the highlights, saying, this will never happen, this is really unpractical, no one's going to get hit by this, you don't have enough high voltage trait bar to do it, because if you look at how much bar this takes, it's going to take one from here and here. You need half of your high voltage trait bar to do any of these combos. They do work in the corner as well, you just have to slightly change them. But the fact that you need half of your trait bar, people are saying that it's unpractical. By the time you get close enough, you don't have enough trait left, it's not going to work. That means I basically straight away took it into training mode and looked for ways to get it. And the most practical and I suppose obvious way is punishing wake-up attacks. Raiden is universally very good at punishing what is typically quite hard to punish wake-up attacks because of the speed of his forward 1. Or you could be against a character like Batman, that the slide is really easy to punish. So I've got him set to roll and to wake-up attack with the slide, which means that this is the way I've been doing this the most is off of anything that launches and then ending my combos in trait cancel, because then you'll be right in their face with a full bar of trait. I'll show you a quick example now. So let's say I just land this, which happens all the time. Cancel into this, forward dash, bait the wake up, and there you go. You can now get this full whatever you want. And because he did a wake up attack, he is now very much regretting that choice, as he's just lost literally all of that health on one sequence because he decided to do a wake up attack. And that came off doing a launch into Shocker, which you can get off basically everything. And then you go forward 1-2, back 2, trait, forward dash, and then you block in time. Off that specific setup, if they tech roll into wake up attack, which is the most common way people will wake up, because of the height in which you go for the forward 1-2, back 2 trait call, the knockdown is good, the distance between you is fine, you get time to forward dash, which a lot of people will see you go for and go, right, I'm going to do wake up attack, and you will still block in time because Raiden's forward dash recovery is really good. You can do that off any wake up attack that's punishable, even if it's a bit slightly harder to time. Remember, you can get the lightning bolt stop or forward 1-2, it's just done a bit quicker. So if you can punish with forward 1, you've just got a 6-frame 500 damage launcher on your hands, which is really, really good. Another thing you can do using this big damage launcher you get off the meter burn lightning bolt stop and high voltage is usually with Raiden you are put off going for setups as opposed to just a straight up Superman ender, because it's a lot of damage to pass up on. Raiden doesn't do tiny damage, but at the same time, a lot of the damage of his combos usually comes from that ender. So it's a lot of damage usually to pass up on. And considering it's hard enough as it is to open people up with Raiden, you kind of want to make sure you get the most damage when you can. However, using this new combo that you will be going for, that does so much damage early on, you can actually afford to go for strings such as forward 2, back 2, which has this hard knockdown, really nice distance for you because it gives you a nice ambiguous jump 3. You can afford to go for that at the end of one of these combos, because you'll be doing 500 damage before you even think about going for what you're going to end the combo with. And that is more than enough damage to go for more and maybe be a bit greedy with a setup. So, for example, something like this. So you've just turned over 500 damage into another 400. And remember, that could come off of anything. You know, that could be a punish, that could be a forward 1-2, that could be a back 1-1, that could be a forward 3, anything like that into lightning bolt. And if they've got anything less than that, they're basically going to be dead and that life bar is gone. That is basically the point of the video, though. I think that's pretty much everything covered. The main point is, obviously, if you want to know what the combo is, just go over the annotation, keep a look on my inputs, and follow these. This is the, I believe, if I remember right, yes, this is the max damage one. That absolutely does, like, I think a couple of points more, but a bit harder to time in 575. And I believe this one is going to be doing a little bit less, I think, unless I'm incorrect. I think so. Remember, 575 we're trying to beat here. 573, yeah, there was a couple of points, which is like a fraction more damage. But this is definitely worth learning to all you Raiden players out there. Hopefully this video was helpful for you. Make sure you're putting in the time to going for that lightning bolt stop, because your opponents will wish you hadn't, and you will be happy that you did. So best of luck, guys, and I'll catch you next time.